went with the big lineup. We had some bad matchups. Like the fact that we never gave in, we never stopped. 10-point game, we got the ball, we get fouled, and then all of a sudden it's an offensive. It's what we've done every game, like every game. And there's a spell of 3 minutes in the first half, 3 or 4, and then there's a spell of 2 or 3 minutes in the second half, and we're not able to overcome those things. So we got to, keep working. Boogie's hand, he fell in the game at our place against Florida. Billy jumped on him, so his hand is pretty bad. Don't know what we'll do going forward, but we got to make sure we get that thing right.
Anthony?
Yes.
You guys have kind of struggled getting to the free throw line and SEC play, just 8 attempts today. Just what has kind of led to the struggles and just getting the attempts from the free throw line?
Well, my guess is we touched that lane 55 times. We had 35 lane touches in the first half. And maybe some of these teams are really good at guarding the bumps and all the other stuff, but we're driving the ball. And the idea is to get fouled. So, we're the only team that does this. Everybody else seems to do that. Body check and all that stuff. So we're going to keep driving it. See if they'll call them, and we'll see.
And then obviously you guys score in that opening possession, but then Missouri goes on that 18-0 run. Just what kind of happened there?
You're calling timeouts. You're doing everything you can to stem the tide, and they were playing, we again, 50-50 balls, all those things, kick out threes. They made those shots, and some of them were us, but they had to make them. You got to give Missouri credit. They're a good team. Shoot the ball well. They'll physically fight, and like I said, I was disappointed in that span. And when you're talking about that span, the rest of the game was kind of, and then you get it to 10 in that span. And all of a sudden, that's the game. So, the importance of those stretches, and we've been talking about them, we've been showing it on tape. Again, I say you can't worry about how you're playing so that it affects you on both sides of the ball. Just play. And like I said, we've been positive and, trying to get that mentality, mindset right. But we'll see. Yes, anything else before I jump on a plane and get home?
You talked about physicality of the SEC, just kind of going into league play.
The whole league is physical, and they got good players and good coaches. This is a hard league. We're going to have to figure stuff out. And they're not like, okay, you got this game coming up. No. And it's everybody in the league, not just Arkansas. Everybody has got games against really good teams. And you gotta figure it out. We had a couple chances to win some games, and we didn't. Then you start like this today, but they didn't stop playing. They kept fighting, gave ourselves a chance, and then let go of the road. So.
Coach, obviously in a game like tonight, it may be hard to find positives from the night, but what in your mind is something that was positive from this experience and that you can take into game?
Z stepped up and did some good things. I thought Adu fought. We got to get good play out of a lot of people. You can't have guys play poorly, turn it over, do those things. And again, we're not one of those teams. We only had 13 turnovers. But Adu had 4. DJ Wagner had 4. So that's 8 of your 13. The rest of the guys weren't throwing it all over the place. And 13 isn't a crazy number. You get up 15, 16, now you got problems. I'd like it to be 11 or 12, but 13. The rest of it is 50-50 balls, I mean, we don't come up with. Again, how many offensive rebounds? You know, they only had 11. But again, we're not, the last couple games, they've gotten so many free throws, the last couple games. So many more free throws than us, it's hard. So we gotta either stop fouling, or we gotta get some fouls. Like, make it so obvious that they gotta, I don't know. But the last 2 games have been, the margin of free throws, like, not close. And I just said, I know it was 35 touches in the first half. My guess is it was at least 20 in the second half. Maybe more. And you'd have to look at the ones that could have been called fouls on the drive, and then, was that a foul or not? You look at it. Yeah.
Coach, speaking of Z, how big is it to have someone with his size be able to step outside and make a three-pointer to kind of?
But he's
spread the
blocking
ball?
shots. He got 10 rebounds. He did, you know, I want him to be that and then make a couple threes. You don't have to make 5. But when my team can't make shots, then he will go to him. But again, he's been hurt. We've been hurt all year. Look, all I can tell you is, my whole thought is, how do I keep this team in a mindset that they understand it's the team that beat Michigan. It's a team that went on the road and won. It's a team that's won tough games, lost a couple tough ones, and then you get in this league, it can demoralize you. And we gotta have, we got 9 guys. And if Boogie's out for a while, we may have 8 guys. Well, guess what those 8 guys gotta do? Play well. All of them. You can't have 4 of the 8 and, you know, get a dud. And that means, again, mindsets. How do we get them? I was talking be free and loose on offense. And we were. Missed shots though. You know, didn't get to the line as much as we like. But Missouri's a good team. They deserve to win that game. Thanks, folks.